Donald Trump arrives in Georgia to pay respects and deliver aid to those affected by Hurricane Helene. I don't know. I know that they say you can bend that word those two different ways, but anyhow, yeah, man, it's something that definitely devastated us here in Georgia. Luckily, me and my family, we are okay. But this speaks volumes. I mean, it speaks volumes. President Trump is here and they're not. You know what I mean? But what else is new? I don't know. You know what I mean? Where's Kamala? Exactly what she was going to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? And this is because this is what a leader does. This is why we need Trump back. Somebody who actually cares for the people. Somebody actually out on foot, willing to help the people. I don't see any aid coming from the Kamala Harris, Biden campaign, anything like that. But Trump flew directly to Valdosta to deliver critical supplies to victims of Helene. Biden was at the beach all weekend, apparently, and Kamala staged a call photo.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you.
How are you? God bless you. We all pray for you. Absolutely. We love you.
So as you can see, you have Donald Trump, who's not the current president, doing more work than the current president and vice president. Man, let's go ahead and cancel the election because Trump, man, he already acting like the president. Let's read a few of these comments. Trump is simply doing what he always does. He's a leader. You know what you are getting with him, and he doesn't let you down. That is definitely true. Trump, even before becoming president, he was somebody whom definitely, if he was able to make a change or invoke some sort of change and able to help aid someone, he definitely would. And the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. We heard stories like that about his father. Well, one in particular. I ain't gonna say act like it was just multiple. Vote accordingly come November, okay? That's all we're gonna say. Trump is definitely a real leader for sure. But while he was on the ground receiving disaster relief briefings from the military, Kamala isn't answering no questions and Biden is taking a nap. And all you do is scroll down, you see him right here. Look, you got Biden on vacation. Excuse me. And you got Kamala out here staging. I might as well keep it like that. I think it's better for y'all to see it like, yeah. What is this? What kind of picture? Mind you, this video is not intended to be funny whatsoever, and we're not laughing at the pain of those whom are affected by this horrible hurricane at all. We're laughing at the tragedy of the current presidential administration, okay? That's what we're laughing at. But in no way, shape, or form is this funny. Somebody said Trump is on the ground taking care of business, and Kamala's busy running from reporters. They are not the same. I totally agree. Now, CNN just admitted rightful President Trump is being treated as the president by hurricane victims. Yeah, CNN.
He is being treated not just as a former president, but almost as though he is a sitting president. As Boris, you just noted, getting a briefing from FEMA, getting a briefing from the National Guard. That is not something that is typically just offered to a candidate. They are treating him as though he is a former president who is there to help. And one thing that I had noticed earlier during our 1 p.m. conversation was that Donald Trump did not have that much to offer in terms of resources since he is not a sitting president. But I will note that he and the campaign say that they have arrived in that area with trucks full of supplies that they plan on giving out. So there is something there for them to offer. He also said that he had a tanker truck full of gasoline, which obviously, if you've ever covered one of these storms, you understand that one of the first things and hardest things to come by is gasoline. So he said that he was going to be giving that out. He is clearly taking this seriously as a politician is on the ground, trying to show that he is there in support of the people on the ground in Georgia.
I mean, if you ask me, we all know who the rightful president is. You know what I'm saying? Biden was installed. Somebody said like a toilet. But Kamala Harris, she's definitely she inherited the position by accident, you know what I mean? Which means she was just a software update as well. Somebody says, I think everyone would agree that our current president has checked out. The vice president wouldn't have a clue what to do. Leadership is earned, and Donald Trump has definitely earned more than his share as displayed in these videos, simply filling the void. I mean, here's a man of the people, and unfortunately, the media is going to refuse to display this side of Donald Trump. It obviously goes against their narrative of him being a threat to democracy and him trying to implement all of these plans to try to hinder progress in America. And you see him out here doing what these people who are trying to get your vote won't do. It's pathetic, man, if you ask me. I'm gonna read a few more comments. He sure looks and sounds like it. He makes Kamala and Biden look like crap because the current administration is definitely disgusting. Now, just for those who are confused as to what's happening, I'll make sure I'll put this, I'll read exactly what's happening here. Trump's visit was primarily to survey the damage and provide support to the affected regions. He brought along truckloads of supplies, including fuel, water, and equipment, which were distributed with the help of Christian relief group Samaritan's Purse. Trump also launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise funds for the victims, which surpassed $1 million. Now, that's something I didn't know. During his visit, Trump expressed solidarity with the people of Georgia, offering condolences and promising assistance. He took the opportunity to criticize the federal government's response, suggesting communication with President Biden had been lacking, although this claim was contested by reporters stating that Biden had communicated with Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp. Yeah, Brian Kemp, that's a whole nother thing right there, man. Oh, another thing, but a must watch. Americans are literally begging Donald Trump for help because Kamala and the current administration are MIA. Quote, she says, Trump, you are our only hope. Let's check this video out.
This message is for President Trump and President Trump only. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, keep scrolling. I live in Upper East Tennessee. I work in 2 of the towns that were flooded last Friday evening. And I can't explain the devastation here. I know that you were recently in Valdosta, Georgia, covering this same hurricane, but the current administration is doing nothing for my area. Upper East Tennessee, from Newport to Bristol to Mountain City, Roan Mountain, Unicoi, Irwin, to Western North Carolina, in places like Spruce Pine, Chimney Rock, Statesville, Asheville. They were devastated. Whole towns wiped off the map. You are our only hope. I don't make videos like this. If you scroll through my videos, you'll see it's a bunch of nonsense. I just like to keep things lighthearted and fun, but I am begging you to fly over these areas and see the devastation, and please help us. Because Biden and Kamala are not going to do anything for our area. We had no warning. It happened so quickly. The town of Irwin and Unicoi County were underwater within maybe 2 hours. And people are still stranded. Our interstates on both ends, Interstate 40, Interstate 26, are both closed. People in Western North Carolina, a lot of those places are only accessible by air. People need supplies, water, food, cleaning supplies, blankets, clothes, toiletries, anything you can think of. I literally have videos of the washout. Whole roads, bridges are gone. Please, President Trump, I'm begging you, Upper East Tennessee and Western North Carolina are all begging you for your help. Thank you.
So even outside of what's happening with the hurricane, you can see that there's this strong desire to get President Trump back in office. Somebody says, maybe I missed it, but I honestly don't recall any type of buildup leading to the floods and then seeing 10. Also in Georgia, I don't recall hearing warnings or even seeing heavy rains in those areas. Just boom, everything was wiped out. Now, I do know in Georgia, we was getting, amber alerts about the weather and things of that nature, but we didn't get addressed by, the governor or anybody like that. America's plead for help from Trump due to the absence of the current administration. Yeah, man, Trump is a leader, man, you can rely on when the going gets tough. Somebody else wrote. That's definitely true. Now, I want to make sure I finish reading everything that's happening. It says, okay, do this. Trump exposed how other people drilled off. You already read that part. Brian Kemp. Trump's visit occurred at a pivotal time in the presidential race, highlighting Georgia's importance in his re-election strategy. His actions were seen partly as an engagement in disaster politics, aiming to contrast this immediate response with the current administration. What? Look, Trump has always had that about himself. He's always been the guy that if he can help, he's gonna help. You know how many people, well, I'm not going to sit here and just brag about his Samaritan work. I'll just say that he's done a lot of great Samaritan work that you should check out for sure. But watching that last video, man, it was just killing me watching it. And it also pissed me off. It's so much devastation. It's definitely beyond comprehension. In America, we need strong leadership more than ever. We also need each other.